Today I got the question, have you ever thought about moving a squirrel into the house? I've thought about it a lot, and there are lots of reasons I've come up with why not to do it. As much as I would love to have, a little buddy live with me, and the first problem is which little buddy, okay? When you have like so many that you're in love with, how do you choose one? And how it and that's assuming the squirrel would even want to, but we'll get to that. So like, how would I choose one? Would it, when I'm with Cuddles, I think, oh yeah, it would be Cuddles. When I'm with Condo Girl, it's gotta be Condo Girl. When I'm with Grabby, oh, Grabby's so cute. Too much, oh my gosh, God, I love that guy. And so first off, how do you choose? And then you think, well, maybe you don't pick one, maybe you pick a couple. Yeah, well, what if they don't get along? You know what I mean? Because some of them would, like Rover and LD and Sweet Eyes and Hansi, they're a family. So I could move all four of them in. But now we get to the next question. How are they going to feel about me then? Like, these guys have, other than the hawks, utopia out there, and the foxes when they come through and those kinds of things. Hardest, the hawks and the owls. Thankfully right now we have an abatement with the owls going on. But how could I move them in? They'd be looking out the window at the trees they used to play in and all the things they used to be able to do, and then just sitting on a couch looking out the window. If I had a couch, they could sit on the couch and look out the window. I don't think they'd like that, and I don't think they'd like me. And then how would I get in and out of the house without them just tearing out? Because they would. And then once they finally got out, which wouldn't take long because I am, I don't know, 1/1,000,000th as fast as a squirrel. So they would run out. I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. And would they ever talk to me again? Would they ever come back? Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. But I mean, it's a risk, right? I mean, and they may never come in the house again. Like, here's one right now, just running right over there to get a nut. Hey, dude. And he knows that the door is going to stay open. And there he goes. And he's running back out. And he knows that's going to be fine, And if I ever tried to get one used to being in here, this might become a very unfavorite place for them after that, and that would be sad. I like everyone feeling freedom, and it's hard, and I think it goes back to the same kind of thing. Like if you're trying to make a decision for somebody else's life, how do you make a decision for someone else's life? Like, yeah, if I move them in, they're probably going to live longer than if I leave them out there, and they would probably die a less heinous death in here. But how do I know that they wouldn't tell me, Amy, I want that package. I know the risk I'm taking out here, but this is where I want to live, and this is how I want to live, and if it's how it has to end, then I'd rather have 2 years of that than 20 years cooped in a house. They might say that. So I feel like it's not my place to make a choice for them. I've left it open to where, I tell a lot of them frequently, I'm like, hey, if you want to move in, you move in. It's all good. You just move on in. So they, I hope, know. I am to the point I've had Condo Girl and Cuddles both run in here when there was a hawk problem outside. So they are viewing this as a safety zone, which is great. Here's one coming now. Hey, it's White Tip. He's going over there to get a nut. She. I was called White Tip a he. It's a she. Now another one's coming in. Now that one's chasing White Tip out. They know they're safe in here. They know it's a safe place. I'd like to leave it like that, and safe for all, because here's the other. Like if I moved in one or two or however many, let's just say one squirrel, then how would I leave the door open for other squirrels to just run in and run out? Because that squirrel might be like, hey, this is my house. Like that might change the whole dynamic there, if this was one squirrel's place and then other squirrels were running in and out of it. So sometimes, like today, when I go chasing a hawk down the street, I think to myself, I just want to move them all in. In fact, I told Rags, I just want to take them all and move them in. But can't do that. And anyway, what am I going to, what are they going to do in here? I've got some wood on the wall, but is climbing an 8-foot wall going to really do it for them? Because I don't think so. And so it's hard. I don't know if they understand the choice they're making. I don't know if they understand that they have the option to move in here. Hansi just got someone just chased Hansi. She's got a look on her. Oh, I'll try to get this. Hansi post chase. She gave that one a look. She just stood right in that doorway and looked at him like, don't you ever I don't know who it was who did that. Okay, so back to our regularly scheduled program. Here comes another squirrel. Hey, is that white tip again? Hey, white tip. Here, I'll save you. There you go. Boop. Okay, so anyway, those are my thoughts. I just feel like the squirrel would probably want to run out and play. And then I've thought to myself, well, I could let the squirrel out during the day and then it could just sleep in here at night. But that defeats the whole purpose, because the time that they're least safe is the day. Then by the nighttime, when they're all tucked in their cabins, now that I've got cabins for them and they're not sleeping in open nests, the nighttime is not the danger time, it's the day when they're out doing what they want to do and playing. So, and I just can't imagine keeping a squirrel in here and just peering out the window at the world they used to be part of. And, now here's your fireplace. And they'd be like, I don't have need for a fireplace. I don't have need for a fireplace. I'm pretty sure a squirrel doesn't. Yeah. So it's hard though, because, God, if ever, one of my favorites is gone, I'm sure I'll be going through the whole thing at Wallywoo. I mean, I don't know where he is right now. And I've been through, should I move him in? He got in here one time. He came in here, I should say. Went upstairs. Seemed to be doing all right for a little bit, but then he just freaked out. He didn't want to be in here. He was like kind of he actually bounced off my Roku screen. And yeah, he just wanted out of here. So, and I always thought to myself, I'm like, he loved it outside. And I'm like, so do I deprive him of the life he loves, which he was managing for a long time? I don't know now if he's done another mass exodus, which he's done before for 6 months, or if something happened to him. And it sucks. And it's like, how do you ask him? Like, how do you tell him, here's your alternatives. You can live the safe life and live a long life. Or you can live the fun life and you might just live 2 years. And I don't know what they choose. And maybe someone choose one and someone choose the other. I mean, even for me, well, I'm a safe person. I would choose the safe life. But these guys are different. I mean, they're little daredevils. They run up the trees and they jump between the limbs and they do things I would never do. How do I change their world to where that's not even an option anymore? I don't even have furniture for squirrels to climb. The only furniture I have is the furniture I bought for them, and I'm sitting on one right now. It's a wooden stool. So that's my reasoning as to why I don't think I can move a squirrel. And then every time one gets like hazelnut fudge, when she got real just all messed up at the end, and I thought, okay, I'm moving her in. And the same thing I went through with baby And at that point, there was no option to leave her outside anymore. But the thing is, by that point, she was so far gone, taking her in wasn't going to cure her. So, I mean, you hate to wait till that point when they're so messed up they can't live outside. I don't know. I don't know what to do. It would be easier if I never fell in love with squirrels in the first place. It would be easier if they never showed me how amazing. As my eyes are going, I'm watching squirrels run in and out. I can't unlove them. I can't make my life easy and just shut the doors and shut the drapes, because I can't forget what I know. So here I am. I'm doing the best I can, and I don't know if I'm doing it right. But I figure if the situation presents itself where it makes sense for a squirrel to move in, we'll do it. Did you see my eyes just go like that? Because it's scary. Like, I don't know what would that mean for my life? Like, how do you get a squirrel sitter? How would I go visit my parents and just leave a squirrel locked in the house? And at that point, here's the other thing I thought of. Once you move a squirrel in, you don't move it back out. Because, I mean, they've lost their home. Somebody else is guaranteed moving into their home by then. They've lost their position. And there is a social hierarchy out there like you would not believe. And if I moved a squirrel in and then shoved them back out, they would just be bottom of the totem pole. They'd be getting chased and tried to chase out of here, and because they would no longer be part of the structure. They'd be riffraff. I would take a favorite squirrel, move it in, and turn it into riffraff, and it would go out there and get pummeled as everyone trying to chase it off the land. So, yeah, it's hard to do that to someone you love. And so, yeah, once they moved in, it would be like, because Rags and I have said, well, maybe try it, and if they don't like it, send them back out. How long do you try it before you've really given it a shot? And by that point, they've lost the world out there is no longer theirs, you know. It's a wild world. So I think I will just stay moved out with them. Here comes, who is this? Hansi. Hans. I will stay moved out with them rather than move them in with me, unless a situation arises to where the only humane thing to do is to move them in. Which has happened twice, but then those same squirrels died on me on this very same day, so it didn't last long. All right, that's it.